people out there just from all different teams across, the tribe, and they're out there and they're doing the little, the market days and different things that they're doing and having great success. So I'm very excited about that. Again, any of us can do that. You might get a couple teammates and go together and spend $50 per booth and be there all day. Man, what a way to just get the information out there. So I have that going on, and also have a big event coming up at a church, and in their fellowship hall that we have, and it's just a team event. And so we are going to be doing Renew in 2022. It's not too late. We're not to 23 yet, but we are going to do the system on Renew. We're going to talk a little bit about weight loss. I have a pharmacist coming in that's going to talk about body composition and that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm very excited about it. But y'all, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. You do what's good for you, and you do what excites you, because if you're excited, someone else is going to catch that excitement.
Well, you just dropped, like, I'm sitting here, I literally, well, you're not gonna be able to see because I've got blur, but like, I'm making notes. So like, I don't know, you can't read it, but like, hopefully you can see it goes from here to here, all the way down the page, that you just dropped so many clues for all of us. So thank you for that. And guys, just to pull it out, like if you didn't hear it, first of all, she was prepared. So she bought 10, and then she bought 10 more at the event. So she had 20 packs when she got home. Not telling all of you to do it, like that's a lot, but she got rid of them and she got 10 more. So, she was prepared. So that's step 1. 2, don't get discouraged, be consistent. Like, I love how she said that, like, just keep going, just don't get discouraged, just keep being consistent, and then follow up. And we all know it, right? But sometimes, I don't know about you, I can be distractible, or I can get discouraged, or I can tell myself, I'm just too busy, right? Like, I make all the excuses and I don't do the consistent activity that I have to. So Verna, that was phenomenal. Oh, you also said the key, keep organized. You got a list of everybody you reached out to. For sure. You got a list of everybody that got a trial. I'm sure you're following up throughout the process. And then we all know people in our industry. This is a beautiful industry. Yeah. I couldn't even tell you, like, pretty much if I buy a product in this house that's not groceries, right? Because I don't think there's a network marketing grocery company yet, but if there comes, right, like I'll buy it. Like, if you're in network marketing, yeah, I'm going to support you and I'm going to use your products. So why wouldn't I ask everybody else to do the same? So I love that. So think about, when you're thinking about your list, don't cross those people off. Right? Understand they love our industry. They love you. So you might as well see if they love Renew too. So I love that, Verna. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good luck on your next call. Thanks for
have a good one.
You too.
Have a great week.
All right, guys. So we have more to come. So I'm going to share my screen again. Now, this lady has such a fun spirit. So we had like a bonding moment at the counter at the hotel. Lettitia, hopefully you're on here and you're able to unmute. And you ever meet somebody that you think they just know it all, they're super confident and they've just got it all together, and then they talk to you and they're like, oh, I'm not too sure, and you're like, crazy woman, you're doing a fantastic job. So hopefully, are you here? Okay, talk to me a little bit more. I can't see you. There you are.
Can you hear me? What do I do?
I can hear you. I just couldn't see you on my screen. So I needed you to like jump up and down a little bit, like do something exciting.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're perfect. You're perfect. So thank you. Thank you so
I
much
hear
for
that you're
jumping on
edifying me. I still don't know if that's true, but we'll see what we can do.
Oh, I think it's true. I think it's true. So just like we started with Verna, talk to us a little bit. And you've got a fun story here. And you didn't think, so guys, I talked to her the other day and she's like, well, I don't know what I'm doing that's like, I'm not really happy. And I'm like, yes, you are. Share what you're doing. So talk to us about the success that you are having with our system of growth.
Okay. First, I want to say, hey, y'all, big waves, big waves, big waves. All right. And for those that know me, I know I can talk. So I got notes and I'm going to stick to the notes. I mean, I'm not going to read all, but I've got notes. All right. So, I have 3 bullets. I made 3 bullets. because my goal is to ensure that I share something with you that you can take and use, because I want to provide value. I want to add value to you. So what got me going after they launched this was Deanna's statement about keeping the promises I make to myself. Okay, so I had promised myself that I would show up, deliver, and engage. Every presentation in Orlando, that's what I kept reminding myself, saying this is, not the whole hoopla and anyway, all the other stuff trying to pump myself up. No, show up, deliver, engage. Now, what does that mean? It all depends on, of course, the income producing activities that I was starting to take action on. So one of the ways that I did show up, and one of the promises, I told Andrea, I will turn on my video. Guys, you're seeing me. But not just for this call, right? Not for this call only, but actually it was like what we got back. I think it was the first Coach's Corner, one of them. Anyway, so I turned on my video, there. But is that what it was? Okay, so when we got back, but it's a promise I made to myself. Some people, it may not be a big deal. So what I want to share with you is make a promise to yourself. Just do something small. If it was even truly to make the list of 5 people, then make the list of 5 people and make a note to yourself of why you want to talk to the 5. For me, it was just, okay, first turn on the video, get comfortable, turn on the video. All right. From there, now that I'm practicing, like Dr. Kristal, the habit panel, you guys, I don't know if you got a chance to do a bootleg recording, because I did a bootleg recording and I recorded that. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that on this call, but I did it anyway. So listening to the, you go back, because guess what? They were saying things that day and I'm like, yeah. But then when I'm listening to the recording, I'm like, I didn't know Andrea said that. I didn't know Dr. Kristal said that. So, okay, all that to say, let me move on. Showing up, delivering, and engaging, keeping my promises, which now moved me to take action. This tool is a system that is simple to use. I tend to get caught up when there's so many shiny objects, but this right here is very simple, where you don't have to have my type of outgoing personality. Just remember that you promise yourself you're going to show up, deliver, and engage. You find a way, hold the tool. I don't have to know everything. I don't have to talk about anything. It's right there. It's in the packet. So once I got that down in my medulla oblongata, I don't even know, but right down in here in my brain somewhere, once I made sure I got the understanding that, Lettitia, I don't have to be the doctor. The content is right here. I was starting to build up some confidence. Okay, I was starting to feel a little cocky like Iron Man. You can't tell me anything. Yep. So anyway, with that being said, I knew I had some events to attend. I went to a comedy show. I knew that I was supposed to meet with someone that I had already started talking to as far as sending him a video. So I wanted to make sure I had the renewed trial pack with me. Well, guess what? I left my house without the trial packs. I made it a mile down the road. It was in my gut. I don't know if somebody talked about listening to your gut. And if you don't hear your gut, you need probiotics. So we're just going to talk about that. If you want to make sure your gut is speaking really clear to you, you guys got to get the probiotics, because my gut was talking and my gut said, you forgot and you need to go back and get it. So I turned back around to go get the packs, because I bought 10. I forgot to tell you that. I bought 10. I bought the packs. I came back home, got the packs, headed to Maryland to the event. Well, the gentleman I wanted to see, I did not see. But there were 2 other gentlemen there that ended up buying 2 packs that day. And all I can tell you is that it was just a conversation. I cannot say this was the script I followed. No, I was being Lettitia, which I want to tell you, please tap in and be yourself. You don't have to put on Brent Palmer. We like you, coach. We like you, coach. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to put on anybody else's persona. Please show up as you. Show up, deliver, and engage as you. Because I had the conversation I didn't even talk long. He was like, oh, yeah, well, yeah, I want to try that right now. Well, the person that was standing next to him was saying, hey, why didn't you tell me about it? Like I said, it was just a banter conversation where I'm like, hey, I've got extra in the car. So I went to the car, I got them their 2-packs. From there, my cousin who rode with me, she started looking at the pack and scanned the little QRC code. And she was like, cuz, I need to try this. Now, mind you, she's already on Noni. So she's already hooked on what we have. So she was willing to try something new. She uses Tahitian Noni Focus, Immunity, and the original. So she was willing to try something new. So that was 3 in one day. Doesn't that build up confidence? Yes, it does. I still decided to show up, deliver, engage. Let me go back to my notes. So taking action had been an issue, and this pack has helped me do that because I feel more confident. Not that I have to be able to say everything. I mean, people can read. And I think a lot of people, when they get something in their hand, they get a little more excited. It's like sample perfume. Like, you definitely going to try it, right? So, all right. So taking action, number 3, because I know I can ramble. How am I doing with time? Am I doing good with time? Okay, thanks.
You're rocking it. You're rocking it. Just
okay.
keep going. Yeah.
So how many of you all follow Tim Sales' content? I cannot see you raising hands. Andrea, let me know if the audience is raising their hand or at least waving at me. How many follows Tim's content? All right, good.
They're waving. They're waving.
Tim just posted something 3 days ago. This is point number 3. And I hope I didn't get lost in everything that I've been saying. Point number 3, stop worrying about what people think about you. That's what I had to tell myself again. Oh, I've been reprogramming myself. Again, I've been telling you, show up. I've been so days ago talking about the character traits. I kind of glanced, but what stood out to me was when he said, the flyer said, stop worrying about people. What do people think about you? Why are you worried about what people think about you? That has been an issue for me. Worrying about what people think. I have to put on the identity of a network marketer. If you've been following his content, he's been talking about the bridge to the pipeline. The first point was, that is something I was not embracing. I swear, I'm telling you, this tool helped me figure out, Lettitia, this is what you do. You are a network marketer. We do have a lot of products to share, but the tool has helped me to kind of hone in and focus because I'm like all over the place. I think you could tell even with this conversation. I tend to be all over the place. So this tool has helped me to just focus and speak to someone about, what we have to offer. So from there, whenever I feel discouraged, because Verna, she said some people may not respond, but they're watching, guys. Oh my gosh, they are watching because guess what? I've gotten some responses. Some people have said, I've seen what you're doing. Guess what? I've gotten some no's. And there's something else I want to tell you. When I needed to follow up, I decided to create a video. Before this call, about 4 or 5 hours ago, I sent a video because, you know what? Everything's running through my head. I took the challenge with James Zhang. So I did 50, right? So I sent out 50 texts. I was going, but not all 50 responded. Maybe I think 14 responded. And a lot of people that did not answer me back. So I sent the video today and said, hey, I know life got in the way. You forgot to respond to my text. I need you to look above, read that message that I sent you. And I told him I was thinking about you because I'm trying to take charge of my health. And I know you're probably trying to take charge of yours too. So check out that message. Look, no pressure. If you're not interested, it's okay. But if you are, send me a thumbs up. Do you know that I did get some responses back? And I want you all to know that life is happening to people. Do you know that somebody texted me back and said, oh, I just got back from Bahrain, Bahrain. So I'll check out the video and give you a response. Someone else said, oh my gosh, thank you for reminding me, I forgot. A few others did reply back, say, yeah, I'm sorry I didn't respond, but I'm not interested right now. One last thing that I want to tell you. Okay, look, I was talking about Tim, right? Guys, I took out the Crayola crayons. I decided to put the pipeline on my piece of paper This pipeline is helping me remove the emotion and make sure I understand that I move people across so I can get the decision. So the people that said no, my feelings aren't hurt, because guess what I looked at it as? They just said not right now. But I got a decision, because I hate when it's just hanging. You know what I'm saying, Andrea? You know, you've sent the video, they're not responding. Okay. So now I've actually built up the confidence to contact them again and say, I'm looking to collect a decision. I didn't say it that way, but I'm looking to collect a decision. And then I pulled out my drawing of the pipeline with my Crayola crayons. These are some of the leads. I'm going to fill this in more. I'm going to actually move it over to a spreadsheet, but I figured crayon to paper, I would be more consistent. So that's why I chose to do it this way. But it actually now is fun, because now I'm looking at, oh, how many people am I moving through? Or where are they in the phase? That has been helping me this last couple of days. I realized that some people are still in that presentation phase, presentation/follow-up phase. So, I mean, I don't know if it's making sense to you, but it's making sense to me. But I will tell you, this system has helped me to take action. I have been with RX New Age since February 2021. I think, yeah, February 21. And I'm really excited. I'm taking action, and I'm going to stop now. Push, pause. Go ahead, Andrea.
Lettitia, that was amazing. That was so powerful. And again, like, I know you guys can't see it, but I really wish you could. Like, I took a whole page. That irritates me. Anyway, whole page of notes. So guys, just to pull, so much I turned the page. How powerful was her talking about keeping promises to yourself? Like, how many of us out here, I would never, if anything could prevent it, break my promise to you, to Lettitia, to Kristal, to Brian, to Arlena. I wouldn't do it. I absolutely would not break a promise unless I absolutely had to, like I got hit by a car or something, right? But how many times do I make myself a promise and go, I'm gonna drink my gallon of water today. And then at bedtime, I'm like, ooh, this is awfully heavy. I must not have got it down. There's so many times when we let ourselves down, but that really is like the one person that we should really do a good job with. So Lettitia, that was so powerful. Wrote it down huge. Show up, deliver, and engage. How much of our life would be more successful if we just did that one thing? And then confidence. What did these packs give her? Confidence. When you know, like if I walked around with Dr. Kristal with me at all times, how confident would I be to like talk about anything? I'd be like, oh, ask me any question. I got her, right? But now I don't need to drag Dr. Kristal up here to Alabama. I can just drag that little packet around. I've got my answers. I've got my confidence, and I can feel so good about it. So that was great information for us. Thank you so much, Lettitia. Greatly appreciate you. Glad your camera's on. Keep it on. And I appreciate it. So we've got, thank you. And we're gonna switch gears here again, guys. And we're gonna continue our gears, but I'm gonna share my screen because I have another phenomenal woman jumping on here. And one thing that I hope you guys, well, if you know Sandy, you know she's probably the sweetest human that you're ever gonna talk to. Like just a good, sweet, caring person. Like every time she calls me, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, don't be sorry. Like, I'm happy to hear from you. Please call me twice, right? Like call me over and over. She's always willing to help. She's always willing to step up for a team. And I hope you guys are also noticing that we've got people from all walks of life. So we've got, everybody on here that absolutely is having success with the system, because what is the system of growth? It is an even playing field, right? So Sandy, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for jumping on here. And I got the same questions for you. So what are you doing? Talk to us about your renewed system of growth success. What are you doing out there right now?
No, I'm so excited about it. I mean, it's moving, and all you got to do is open your mouth, basically. I went in Walmart the other day. I'd already been to Walmart, and my grandson said, did you get my nasal spray? And I said, oh, no. So I thought, here I go. Got to go back again. So I run into Walmart. Well, I almost forgot my my Renew packs in the car, but I ended up sticking them down in my purse. So I get in there and I run down the allergy aisle and the vitamin aisle, and I tell you, there were so many people on those aisles. It's amazing. You know, I wanted to just put them all together and take them home with me and tell them about what we had. But anyway, I'm looking for his allergy medicine, and this little lady speaks up, and she said, "Do you know what's a good allergy medicine here?" And so the nurse in me kicked in, and I started telling her about this and that and the other. But I told her, I said, what I use is just the saline nasal spray. I said, it seems to clean out, and you don't have all these other chemicals in your head and blah, blah, blah. And she said, well, you seem to know what you're talking about. And I said, well, I'm a retired nurse. I said, I'm 70 years old and I feel great with the things I take. And she said, you're how old? And I said, I'm 70. Well, bless her heart, she looked at least 70. But anyway, she said, what do you do? And so I started telling her about what I do. And I took the little packet out. I'm showing it to her and I'm explaining it to her. And I noticed sort of out of the corner of my eye, there's another little lady standing over there, and she's taking in all that I'm telling this lady. And so I sort of moved around and Rocket was facing both of them. And before it was over, the first lady, she said, I want it. But I told her the price and everything. She said, I want that. I want it. And the other little lady hum-hawed around. She looked at the material for a minute, but she said, I want it too, but she had to go get some money and come back. But regardless, I mean, it went over like crazy with them. And I'll get to the follow-up on it in just a minute. But in the meantime, I had changed car insurance and house insurance, and the little guy was going to send me some electronically. I'm not electronically inclined at all, but he says, I'm going to send you some paperwork to sign, or you can come up here near the village about 20 minutes away and sign it. And I said, well, just wait and I'll come sign it. And I thought, I'm going to talk to him about Renew. And I told him, I said, I have something I want you to look at. And he said, sure, I'll look at it. So anyway, I go up there and sign the paperwork for him and tell him about Renew. And he says, you know, I can't sleep at night. He said, my mind won't shut off. So I said, you need this. I said, don't pick your phone back up. All the things Dr. Kristal tells us. And so he said, great. So he took a packet. Well, I've been trying to follow up with the first little lady and the second little lady for several days and didn't get an answer. So today I called again this afternoon. I hate to call on a Sunday, but when I dialed her number, she picked up and she said, you must be clairvoyant. And I said, what's going on? And she said, I was just texting you. And she said, I need more of this stuff and I need it soon. And my husband needs it. And we've been he's taking it one night, I'm taking it the other. And so on. And she said, we're out. And I said, oh, it sounds like you are. But she's so excited. So we're getting her set up to at least be a customer. I'm trying to talk her into something a little bit more, but at least be a customer. But then she was telling me about her daughter has lupus. So I was then telling her about other products that possibly could help with that. So she wants to look it all over first. Then she's going to make a large order, she said. But besides that, the other day I went to the park and my son was videoing me and taking pictures of me and my granddaughter. We were running up and going down a slide. And I've had over 100 people comment on that about me coming down that slide. And one of them said, oh, you must be hurting. And I said, no, we were racing to see who could get up and down the slide soon enough. And I said, it's the Renew and all the new age products that I take. So I can't say enough about all this. The second little lady, I still have not caught to follow up with her. But one thing that the first lady told me tonight was, you ought to be on Shark Tank. I thought that was so funny. I thought, this is way bigger than Shark Tank. But anyway, it's moving. It's never been so easy to move. So just keep plugging. Just open your mouth and talk to people.
Well, Sandy, that was phenomenal. And again, like you guys are just making me work tonight because I've got my notes and like so many great nuggets right there. So first of all, congratulations on the successes that you're having. And guys, I hope that we all paid attention. One, we just got to open our mouth. And two, have those packets with us. And then three, it doesn't matter where you are. Like think about everywhere that Sandy just talked about. So she was in Walmart. Like now I'm so stupid shy, but next time I'm in a grocery store or I'm in Walmart, I'm going to talk to someone. That will be the promise that I make to myself, Lettitia. I'm going to talk to a stranger. It's going to happen. It's going to happen this week. So that's my next plan. But there's the promise. But she, you know, in Walmart, at her insurance office, and then online, right? And even for the online, she was just living her life. She was having fun with her grandbaby. But man, just like we heard, people are watching. So live your life, do some things, right? Put it out there. And then when they say, how in the world are you able to do that? You can point right back, right? So Sandy, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Can't wait to see you again in person here soon. And we've got another flip here, guys. So, oh, okay. All right, there we go. I'm gonna try to share my screen. You'd think I would know how to do this at this point, but you know, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So we've got the one, the only Dr. Crystal Vance joining us tonight. And I am hoping she can give us some nitty gritty because we all know, right? Crystal's been doing this longer than any of the rest of us, right? She's had a lot of success with like in the industry overall, but she's helping a lot of people have success with the Renew system of growth. So I'm hoping that I can highlight her, or maybe if she doesn't mind, possibly, I'm trying to get permission before we kick it off with you. I saw something on my phone that was the world famous Dr. Kristal. How would you feel about me playing it real quick on here? You want me to play it now, like to start? Okay, I gotta take my headset off. So, all right, do I have sound again?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. There we go. So I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna cross our fingers. Well, we are gonna really cross our fingers. Why do you not want to show it? Okay, here we go. All right, it was hiding from me. So I'm gonna share this and I'm gonna see if I can get it to play. So Kristal, I'm gonna stare at you awkwardly. Give me a thumbs up if it's working. So I'm gonna turn up my volume and then I'm gonna hit play.
Give it to me like.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't love that anymore if I tried. I love it. So congratulations. That one, it's fun, right? Like I was bebopping in my seat. Two, there was just enough information in there that I was like, wait, what is she talking about? I want to learn more. That was great. So thank you for sharing. Hopefully you guys all follow her on TikTok and all that good stuff. And I'm still learning. So
hey, that was my first attempt. Okay, so I got it's an app called CapCut, and it really did make it super easy to create what I just created there. I did not think I was really truly capable of creating that, and I think I did pretty good for my first try. And hey, it only gets better from here, right?
well,
So-
that's fantastic and so fun. What was the app again?
CAP, C-A-P, cut, C-U-T.
All right, guys. So there's the first clue. All right. So talk to us a little bit, if you wouldn't mind. You obviously do this all over the place. You do social media, you do in person, you do all kinds of things. Can you talk to us a little bit about inviting people?
Oh my goodness. Like, okay, first of all, you three ladies, like yeah, all three of you made me tear up a little bit. I'm like so proud of all of you. I'm so inspired by all of you. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sandy's in Walmart helping people. And Lettitia's like slamming them out at comedy shows. And I'm Verna's amazing. And like, you guys, we're just normal people who are finding a way to talk to our friends and family. It's just a tool. It's like, it started out as this little bag where I put 5 of them in here. And the only reason I sealed it was so that when they yelled at me and said they were individually wrapped, I could say, no, they're not. They're all together wrapped and it's sealed. So anyways, my point being is, if you don't have the trial, none of this, it's all for nothing. Well, it isn't for nothing, because like we've been doing, right? You've been doing business before this. It's just, I think that this is the most simple conversation starter that's out there. It's the tool to have a conversation. It's how we're piquing interest. And so those introducing it to people, like what Lettitia said when she said, be authentically you, show up as you. And I do agree, Lettitia, with the turn your camera on, because do you know how hard it is to talk to yourself, people? I do that all day long. I don't need to do it on Zooms. And I'm not kidding. No. You guys, show up. Your friends are watching. I know we say that, but they really are. And the more you're yourself and the more you talk about it, the more they feel comfortable talking about it and asking you questions about it. Because when you act like something's a secret, or that you don't really want to be like, I don't really want to talk about it here, then guess what they don't do? They don't talk about it here. So if you would just relax and be with you and have it with you, and I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. Okay, so be you. And when you're, okay, the biggest thing is, are you doing a 28-day challenge right now? Okay, that's number 1. And then number 2, do you have them? You need them. This might be day 1, this might be day 3, and you may not have gotten started with an Activate or a business pack. And I want to encourage you to start talking, and so that you can go get those packs. You need these tools in your hands because you can see the success that these ladies are having. So look, move 10, create $250. Move 20, create $500. Well, how do you do that? How do you move them? So remember, we have something called the 4 bases. Do you guys remember the 4 bases? Right? We're starting out and we're stepping up. I want you, okay, as a volleyball player, we got volleyball players, football coaches, and basketball coaches teaching baseball. Anyway, here we go. Back to baseball. Okay. Makes sense to me. Step up to the plate. You're stepping up to the plate when you do your own 28-day. Grab your bat. Would you go to the base without your bat? No, that's your 5-day trials. Now here comes the pitch. Here comes the green light from someone standing in the Walmart. I know. Here comes a message where you have something that you could say to someone, which would then get you to make a swing to head to first base. Okay. So there's a lot of, there's action that's taking place right here. And you're headed to, your goal is, I got to swing and then I can take off to first base. You're doing all the right things, but you got to swing the bat. Like, you can take off running, y'all. But if you forgot to swing the bat, and I'm also a golfer. So here you go. What my coach would say is, a good golfer just lets a ball get in the way of a good swing. So if you just get good at swinging, it's not going to be perfect the first time. Just get good at swinging, but swing the bat. Okay. Now I want you, so have you made a list of 10 names? So if you haven't, I want you to get out a piece of paper tonight, and I want you to write down 10 names that you are going to talk to with intent. You may have already started the conversation, and if you haven't exactly swung the bat that directed them to ask the question, are you ready to get started with the 5-day trial? So if you haven't asked that question yet, then you need to write their name on that piece of paper. Write people's names. You could pray about it. You could be like, okay, God, give me some names here, and I'm just going to write the names down, and I'm going to reach out to them. Okay. You could go off of an alphabetic list. A, whose name comes to me that starts with an A that I feel like I'm going to call, I'm going to reach out to, I'm going to text on Facebook, right? Whose birthday is in the month of September? However you get your name list, it was done with intent. And it wasn't by accident when you get someone's name. And now you're going to show up and you're going to take action. How are you going to reach out to them? What do you want to invite them for? If they need questions, see, if you would do this on Sunday nights where you made your list, then on Monday you would be reaching out to them. And what would you be doing? You would be directing them to Tuesday's call with me and the gang. So Sunday night's name list means that you could be in profit in the next week. Who would like to make profit this week? Right? You want your business to make profit. How many of you have your 5-night trials that need to find their homes? Give me a 2. Give me a 2 in the comments, in the chat section. I want a 2. I want to see who's got them that is ready to get them out to people. Okay, so you've got them. All right. Name list. Identify how you're going to reach out to them, right? And now we're going to start reaching out to them on Monday, maybe even this evening. And that way we can move them to Tuesday, have the conversation, get them started. And now, do you know what I feel is the most important night for those of you like that? What we just went over is the most important part. That's learning to swing the bat. Okay. But you swing the bat and you get them in their hands. And what's really nice about them is they sort of have a follow-up built in, right? Because they only got 5 days. So they know they've got to reach out to you to get more, or You're following up. Like we know the fortune is in the follow-up. That is why it is so important to sell these and not give them. Do you want to know why? I learned this the hard way. Okay. My very first 5-night trial, I gave away to someone because I knew it was everything they needed. I saw them posting, they never sleep, they're absolutely miserable. And I knew I had something that could help them. So I gave it to her. I even sent it to her. And then I called her and I'm like, did you get it yet? Nope, not yet. Did you get it yet? Nope, not yet. Did you get it yet? Oh, I did. I haven't had a chance to, I haven't. Well, she had never made a decision that she wanted to even try it. I just offered it to her and she was sweet and accepted it. But there was no decision made. So how do you get someone who's never made a decision to now take action and start the trial? Let alone do it 5 days in a row. Just because I want her to doesn't mean she's going to. And if I can't have a little bit of boundary set with her and let her know that there's a schedule to this, then how the heck am I going to follow up on night 3 and move her to second base? I totally lose control of the whole game if I don't stick to the system. Now watch what happened to me. I couldn't follow up with her. I know what I have is amazing. I know it's going to help her. I'm so excited. I follow up, I follow up, I follow up. I feel like I'm now a pain in her behind. And if you feel like you're bugging someone, you are. Okay? Because that, like, you're feeling that way. So now you're acting like you are. So I can't follow up with her anymore, or I look like a crazy person. So in walks another friend and she closes the deal. Well, thankfully it was still on my team. It's absolutely amazing. It's a perfect God thing that they were placed together. And guess what? She enrolled and she got started and she made her name list and she's like, oh, so I'm going to give these ones away. Why? Why is she going to give them away? Because that's what I taught her. Damn it. I have to unteach her. And she's so amazing. She's like, can I send you the money for the trial? I'm like, no, you cannot send me the money for the trial. But now I have to retrain her the right way because she's got it in her head. I put a groove in there. So do what you want them to do. Don't break out of your boundaries. Call them, walk them through it, sell it to them, exchange money, move them through the system. And on night 3, you then have the ability to take it to the 28-day challenge. If you don't do that first part, the night 3, who knows when that's going to happen? It could be a week. It could be a couple months. Are you willing to let all of your hard work be up in the clouds? I hope not. I hope you want to run this like a business and not a club. So you set yourself some guidelines and stick to the guidelines. Okay? They're not rules, they're guides. They guide you.
I'm too busy taking notes to
I'm
track.
like,
Do I have a job here?
I'm like dead air, Kristal, dead air.
So sorry, not rules.
No, I'm
guidelines.
like, it's totally mine. You know, there's one thing I want to say though, and that is you're tracking who you're talking to. We went over that tonight. We talked about the intent to your invite and being authentically you. We talked about having the trials in your hands. I also want one little tip Sandy sent in there is everything is content. If you're on TikTok or Instagram, you might have heard that everything is content. Everything is content. What does that mean? It means make short little videos instead of taking photos. If you're a photo taker, start taking videos. And the reason is because even in a video, you can screenshot and get pictures captured later. And if you have like little 6-second or 1 minute long videos, then you're able to take them back, add them to music, put some little sayings over them, and that's content. Okay. These are some of the little things tips. But you guys, your return on investment is going to be on what you're putting in. You put your heart into it. I promise you, people are going to see that. They're going to feel that. If you're someone, if you guys have seen the flyer that was put out, it's in Telegram, where welcome a new brand partner, welcome to the team. Use those. You drop those, put your people's photo on them. If you need help, let us know. Put it in Renew You. We just want to, like, those aren't a bragging thing. Those are to say, this is working. This is helping. The newest person comes in and feels welcomed. And then what are they? They're going to welcome people too. But this is the thing I wanted to leave everybody with tonight. You didn't start this to do anything but succeed. You came here, you had hope. I want you to go back to the very first night, maybe it's tonight, but the very first night that you made the decision to do this. The hope, the excitement, and you started dreaming that night. Maybe you were going to pay off some debt. What was the plans when you made profit? What were you going to do with that money? What were you going to do with this team? What's the community mean in your life? See, you didn't do this to make excuses of why you're not doing it. You deserve more than that. It's not even really a question if you're going to quit. Some of us simply need to start. And something that I learned in this industry, and I have said it many, many, many times, and I'm going to ask you to maybe shift it a little bit. And that is, I would say, draw a line in the sand and start over. And so many times I would draw the line and I would start over. And in my mind, I was starting at 0 again. Like there's nothing there. It's at 0. I'm starting over again. And then when things would get down the road, I'd be like, I guess I'll start over again. We don't, that's a lie. We don't get to start over again, but you can begin again. Just get in motion. Just start moving again. Because I promise you, you've learned a lot along the way. The days, the months, the years that you've been here, it's been piling up. You're due. It's just right there. So as our Gary Racer, my mentor, my friend would say, keep going. Don't stop. Keep hitting at it. Keep pounding that rock. Keep pounding the rock, guys. Keep going. You got this.
Well, mic drop, the call is done. That was phenomenal. Everybody, like all of our speakers tonight were so on point. I took more notes tonight than I've taken in a really long time. So thank you. Hopefully you guys got as much value from these phenomenal women as I did. So thank you all so much. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we can't wait to see you all week on the Coaches Corner, and then back again next Sunday as we learn from more people that are doing what we want to do. So thank you guys. Love you so much. Have a great job. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you,
Thank you, ladies.
Verna.
Good job.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Lettitia.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
All
You
right.
all
so
great
much,
teaching.
girl.
Crystal, thank you, ladies.